A few years back, maybe 4, 5 years back, I found myself without a job. I was having a job and then I found another opportunity that I thought was better than what I have. And without much consideration, I bounced. And when I arrived on the other side, like they say, grass was not greener on that other side. What do you do when you lose your job? Have you ever lost your job? Have you ever been without an income? What are some of the things you can do to get the best out of that experience? Bad experience, but what can you do to get the best out of that experience? So let me begin with making a statement out there, yeah? When things go wrong, we think the worst. Like our mind just goes opposite direction to, oh my God, it's over. I'll never make it. I've been rejected. Nobody will ever hire me. Those are the thoughts that we have in our minds. But indeed, what we fail to see is the other side of the picture, whereby it can be the best thing that ever happened to us, because rejection prevents you from ending up in the wrong place or with the wrong career or with the wrong employer. How about we look at the opposite side? Why did that job end? Why did that job end? What are the implications of you now not having a job, and what can you do to come out victorious and better? So it can be the best thing ever that happened to us. And like I said, rejection prevents you from settling for less than you deserve. Don't be sad it did not work out. Be grateful that it did not work out. So a few years back, maybe 4, 5 years back, I found myself without a job. The circumstances of how you find yourself without a job could be different. Some, it's voluntary. You just thought, I need to come out of this place. It's depressive. It's not good for my health and all that. And maybe you made the mistake of going too soon or too early or whatever. Others is you were just handed a letter in the morning, in a cold, rainy morning, and you were told, hey, thank you, it's been nice, keeping it real. We're not going to be needing your services any longer. I was having a job and then I found another opportunity that I thought was better than what I have. And without much consideration, I bounced. And when I arrived on the other side, like they say, grass was not greener on that other side. And that was the beginning of one of the toughest seasons of my life. Oh my God. I even shudder when I think about it, how I made it. I was working for a very good company, earning a decent amount of money, and I was doing quite well and I was building momentum. Then I got this other offer that was looking better than this. The industries were the same, so I moved to the other one. When I went to the other one, we only stayed there for 3 months, and then suddenly the rules were changed. It was an international company. So directions were given from outside the country, and they were no longer needing the new people that they had hired around that time. So that's how I found myself without another job. There were things I could have done better in terms of due diligence, check whether it's an emotional decision and all that. And those are the things I want us to go through, and then we'll take it now through to when you don't have a job. What do you do? Now, these are the mistakes I made, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, it was an emotional, hasty decisions. I didn't do any preparations. There were no savings in liquid cash or cash and cash equivalents. If I had any investments, they were in a form that could not be sold very quickly and converted into money. That's number 1. It was hasty. Number 2, after I had lost my job, I maintained the same lifestyle. That was bad. That was terrible. Number 3, I lived in denial. I lived in denial for too long, like for 2 years. They're going to take me back. They're going to call us back. I wasn't earning any, I wasn't doing anything. I was just waiting and applying and waiting. And for 2 years, I knew I'm just going to be reverted back to my old. My brain refused to move from, we had an income of this much, now we don't. So what do we do? Number 4, the company I kept was very wrong. So the friends that I surrounded myself around that time, we were not going through the same thing. So they couldn't understand me, and I wasn't talking much because remember, I'm in denial. And number 5, I wasted time. Never picked up a vocation to create any form of income during the time of waiting. I was just, hoping for the best. I'm going to repeat that for clarity. Hoping for the best. And isn't that what we always do when something goes very wrong? And it's good to hope for the best and to have faith. But while at it, you don't know how long this is gonna take. You don't know if it's gonna come back the way it was, or it will come in another form. So when you're waiting there in hope, what exactly are you waiting for? So what should I have done? That's what I want us to get into. What should I have done? Number 1, and this is what you should do. Now, we are on the subject of today. What do you do when you lose your job? Number 1, stay positive and optimistic. It's good. I know I just said hopeful. You should not stay hopeful and do nothing. But at least the first time, remember when I explained, I said we always go to the negative direction where we are like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to make it. We're doomed. This is it. They rejected me. Nobody is going to pick me. That's where we go. But the first thing you should do is to stay optimistic. And remember the statement I made. They have rejected you as a result of a higher position, A long time ago, I had a statement that opposition is as a result of a high position. I have stuck with that up until today. So whenever I see someone walking away from me or rejecting me, or what I think is rejection, it could not be rejection, or I've been fired, because someone can be fired, even the head of state, anybody can be fired or rejected. So stay positive and optimistic. That's the first thing. And number 2, this is very important. Change your lifestyle drastically, like cut back. Reduce your expenditure at least by 25 to 50%. In fact, I added the percentages because I felt passionate about it, but just change your lifestyle. You know why? There was an income before, now there's no. And there may not be there may not be one, in the foreseeable future. So if you stay in the same expenses, where are you going to be getting this money from as you think? And remember, once this kind of thing happens to us, the brain sometimes can not shut down, but at least it won't be operating on the optimum, at least for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks or more. Number 3, and this is very key, start an income generating venture as you job hunt. If taking a lower job is really, really hard for you, I can give you examples of things you can do: managing social media pages, affiliate marketing, websites, creation management, coding. There are many things right now. It's not like way back our times. There was only so much you could do. You can cook and deliver food. You can do many things. You can also script write for a pay. You can look for jobs online. There are various things. So what I want you to do is, instead of waiting and hoping for the best only, which we are doing already because we are optimistic, additionally, start something that is generating some income for you daily or weekly or something like that. Number 4, focus on upgrading yourself. Now, this is big. By the way, this is the last one and it's the biggest. This may come out very hard, but it's raw and true. Sometimes when we are rejected, it's not because we are bad, but sometimes it's because we are not delivering the way we should be delivering. So the company deems it fit to let you go, it's tough. I know it's hard to think about it because we come out thinking, it's their fault and all that. But sometimes you have to look at the gaps. You have to identify the gaps. Why did they let me go? Why was I the only one? Why were the others left? What is this thing that I can do? Because now the market has ejected you. Is it going to just absorb you with the same status you had before? In your heart, it has to be better. So because it will be better than what you had before, is it going to just accept you with the same qualifications you had before, or the same mindset, or the same tendencies, behaviors? Sometimes why you were let go is because there was a gap. The gap we're talking about could be skill set. The gap we're talking about could be education, academia. The gap we're talking about should be maybe mental. Maybe you were not mentally stable to deal with the high level project you were given. Number 4, the gap could be culture. You don't adapt well to different cultures in different companies. So there's a lot of work you need to do. So instead of wasting time, what you are looking for, let me put this statement. I wrote it here in my notes. What you're looking for is looking for you, but just not that version of you. You have to upgrade. There is need for you to upgrade. There is need for you to add an extra skill. Excel skill, PowerPoint presentation skill, analytical skill, presentation skill, public speaking skill, voice projection skill, image skill. There's a skill that you can pick up that when you apply yourself in the market, and these are things that have happened to me, that when you go and reinvent yourself, use this season of losing your job to reinvent yourself. So I've said 4 things. Number 1, be optimistic. Number 2, change your lifestyle and cut back on the expenses. If you were using 100,000 Kenya shillings, which is $1,000, now use 50,000 Kenya shillings, which is $500. And I get very, it's a sensitive topic because some people have children and everything. But wouldn't you rather downgrade by yourself and move out of that expensive house by yourself rather than be evicted with your children? Think about the traumatizing events that will happen after that for your children. Think about the ramifications that will come with you being in denial and sticking to one lifestyle while you can only afford a lower one. It would be more comfortable for you to upgrade nicely. And it's easier said than done, because I didn't do it myself, but I wish I knew. I wish somebody had sat me down and slapped some sense into me. I would have had it better, because after that, the series of events that followed after that was just not very good. And what it does when you don't change your life and you don't have an income, it will bring you shame, it will bring you mental torture, it will affect your children if you have some. It will even cause your esteem to go down. And you know how long you have worked on this esteem of yours. We've come from far. Do you want again to subject yourself to, crazy situations and lose friends? Because those are the things that happen when you don't do the right thing. Generally, there are two things that can happen once you lose your job. You either will find another job, or this can introduce you to entrepreneurship. Okay? So 2 things, when you lose your job or when you lose your income, there are usually 2 indicators. Maybe if you are in business and you have lost your business, it's time for you to look for a job. Maybe if you're in a job and you have lost your job, maybe it's time for you to think about business. And sometimes it's a continuation. You move from this job and go to the other one. So what I'm trying to say is that most of the time, we don't allow our minds to be open enough to take on the next thing that is happening. And I dare say, every time you're about to go to the next level, for the shift to happen, there will be a disruption. Things cannot be business as usual when a promotion is coming. things cannot be business as usual. Some of the things you're going to see is they're going to be uncomfortable when there's a shift, or rather when things are disrupted. Always have the mind to think, where is this leading? And it's always leading to a higher level. I have watched people leave the organization I work for and previously, and every time someone leaves, when they have done the due diligence like we have learned today, they are always going to a higher level. They are always going to it's always a promotion coming. So instead of you doing mistakes that will cause you and abort the mission that is coming, how about you think about it with calmness and a lot of wisdom and insight will be drawn out of there if you calm yourself down. Even God, our God, He loves the environment of stillness. We've heard that statement over and over, in a still small voice. Now, if you're going to hear that still small voice, then you have to be still. One of the men of God that I respect very much one day said that the grace of God settles on the settled. So you need to settle down and think about it. Think about what has happened. What lessons can I draw from here? How can I move on from here? What good can come out of this? Because something good is going to come. And I wanted to preach you some hope. I'm a messenger of hope, as much as I also, perforate you a bit to be able to put in the medicine. But one of the observations that I have made is that even as an organization, if you guys are going to go to another level, like I said, I was going to give that example, then I forgot. We are in a process whereby we are just about to change into a new system and way of doing things, and we're doing so much. That thing is going to get us somewhere very good, but the process is going to be messy. We have to rip the band-aid. We have to put in the dawa, which is painful. We have to butt heads as leaders, as co-workers, as you're looking for this, because there's change coming. So there has to be friction. So what I'm trying to tell you is, for you to go to the next level, it can't be business as usual. There's going to be discomfort. So look at your loss of income and your loss of job as an opportunity to take yourself to the next level. And that thing you're looking for is looking for you, but just not that version of you, the next one. And it's possible that 2 years down the line, a year down the line, you look at yourself and you will marvel at how much you have grown if you take it with optimism. Yes, that's the right word, with optimism. If you become optimistic about it. And I want to close with this parting shot. Always stay strong, move forward, keep moving, soldier on, and become the leader you have always been meant to be. Because I have watched and observed that leaders are made through pain. If you're going to lead a family, lead an organization, lead your company, lead your siblings, you must be tested and tried. And just observe and look at all the people that are holding very, very key positions, even in your organization, in your government, whatever country you're in. You will see that those people have a story of pain. So in this pain that you're going through, there will be a diamond that will be born out of it. Don't think about it negatively, and also don't throw into the atmosphere, or if you want, to the universe, what you don't want to get back. Just stay positive, look up, and things are gonna get better. We've come to the end of this episode, and I had fun. I hope you have learned something and picked something in all my blabbering. Remember to subscribe and share, to comment and like, and also, if possible, go to our website. There are more resources there. There's more information that we have loaded there. We also upload our videos and audios in all social media platforms, mainly YouTube. You can also follow us on TikTok, Wealth Empire Show, Facebook, Wealth Empire Show, IG, Wealth Empire Show, and we're also on LinkedIn, Wealth Empire Show. But most importantly, our assignment, or my assignment, is to ensure that your finances go to another level and wealth creation becomes something you love, and you build generational wealth for your for your clan and all your friends. Call your friends and family and let them watch this show as you watch and learn together. Bye for now. See you in